And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Dodos Riding Dinos. Now if that sounds like a stupid game, I want to be really clear, it is. But don't turn this off, because what this is there's some theme here. The dodos are trying to take over the island and be the leader, and they're riding dinosaurs in a race. It's a racing game. And it is in what I call the Mario Kart genre, where you're racing around a track, but also shooting things at each other and trying to mess each other up. That's a genre that has attracted me via many of a game. How does this one work? Well, let's take a look. In this game, you're going to pick a track that you're going to race around, and each of the boards has two tracks, an inside and an outside track, and you'll, depending on turn order, you'll start, the people go first, will start the farthest behind. You're going to get your dinosaur, a little miniature here, although players can play with meeples if you want to. They fit on the spaces better, but also miniatures. Each player is going to get a card for their characters. You can see here's Riggs and Sorrow, the dodo riding the dinosaur there. This gives you a special ability over the course of the game. There's some stats here, but that's only used really in a solo game. Players will draw a handful of cards. That handful of cards is sort of like your life. Each round of the game, players are going to pick one of their cards to play. Now, there are three kinds of cards in a deck. There's reaction cards, normal cards, and aggressive cards. On each round, in the scheming phase, each player is going to secretly pick one of these cards, a normal or aggressive card, and you'll reveal them all at the same time. If two of the characters play these more aggressive cards, then the special abilities are canceled out. They both become aggressive. You'll still get the movement on the cards, but you'll no longer get the special ability on that card. So the first thing you do when you play a card is you're going to look at the number on the card. You will move that number. So for example, if I play Dino Jump, I will move 2 spaces. Other players can play reaction cards if they want to. Now these cards, the green cards, can be as simple as basically canceling. So this will cancel the effect, and it will cancel the special ability. You can never cancel someone's number, or it might just let them move 2 spaces, whatever it might be. After players have or have not played reaction cards, then you'll do whatever the effect is on the card. So this says roll a die and go that much. I roll 4, I get to move forward 4 spaces. And the red cards, like I said, these will happen only if you are the only person to play a red card. Or in a 6-player game, 2 red cards can be played and get the special abilities. Many of the cards require you to have projectiles and throw them at other dinosaurs. So the meteorite, for example, you put in your hand, you put about a foot over the table, and you drop it. And if it hits anyone, it might damage them. The log, you put in your hand, you put it above your dinosaur, and you let it roll out, hitting dinosaurs. The banana, you put your elbow on the table and you flip it with your wrist. The egg, you put in your dinosaur spot and you flick at other dinosaurs. And the feather, you put in your hand a foot away from the board and you kind of flick it on the board. When these cards do damage to a player, that player will lose cards from their hand. And if you ever run out of cards, you immediately will move 3 spaces backwards and then draw back up to 5 cards. At the end of a round, after everyone has gone through their cards, whoever's the farthest ahead will move forward 1 space. Everybody else gets a card, not the person who was the farthest ahead. So that if you're in the lead, you get to go forward a little bit more, but you will eventually run out of cards at that point. The game will continue until one person crosses the finish line, and whoever's gone the furthest past the finish line is the winner. Now there's all sorts of things that you can do with this game. You could play with teams where one dinosaur is on the inside track and one's on the outside track, and you're racing at the same time. There are multiple boards with special rules. Here is a lava board, then we have an ice board, and then my favorite board, this one here, which I like because it's shiny, but also there's jumps where you will jump from one spot to another, and if you don't land there, you'll take damage. You can also play through a series of races, and there are cards that you have for this that you can get if you don't win races. Otherwise, whoever gets the most points is the winner. The game has a very nice insert that holds all the dinosaurs, and you can see these, they're really nice miniatures. Like, I'm debating, do I want to paint them or not? I do like the fact that nice bright colors, but I'd probably paint them. I love the cards. There's so many different cards. The cards are good quality. They're really simple. We had very few rules questions in this game. I don't know about the meeples versus the dinosaurs. These do fit on the spaces better. It makes it a little bit of a cleaner game, but the miniatures just look so nice. These dice are just 6-sided dice, but they're big and chunky and have different numbers in the feet. I like them. I like everything about how this game is. I think the rule book's really well done. I think the art is fun. This is a quality product. Look, I'm going to just start out by saying that Dodos Riding Dinos, I always get the name wrong, Dodos Riding Dinos is the best game of this genre. And it's for one main reason. It's because it's fast. Racing games are sometimes the most slowest, excruciating games out there as you zip around a track and you slowly count out your spaces. Here, you have the scheming phase. Play a card, flip them. Everyone yells because everyone played red cards, or only one person did, and we're like, oh yeah, we should have got you. Person moves. Reaction cards. Reaction cards don't happen that often, so it's not that it happens every turn. Then they take their special ability. Move, move, move. You're flicking things, dropping things. If you like that style of game, you're going to love this. And the box says 20 minutes. That's pretty much accurate. Now, I'll tell you what. You can play through 4 races. You play through all 4 boards and get those special ability cards in between rounds and stuff. That's okay to me. I like the fact that this is a standalone 20-minute game. You can play the inside track or the outside track. The inside track's a little shorter. They recommend that you play it with more players if you have a lot of players, and I agree. The team thing is fun. The flicking is fun. The dropping, the rolling the log. Everyone I played this with has had a good time. No one has left it saying that is like an amazing strategic game. It's not, but no one cares. This is exactly what I'm looking for in this kind of game. A fast, silly, play cards, shoot stuff at each other. It's going to work for kids, it's going to work for families, and it works for adults. I'm very happy with this game. It's that kind of game that I played this for the first time at a convention, and then I played it again, and then taught it to more people, and taught it to other people, and taught it to other people, because I just wanted to see people's reactions when we played it. It was never felt like it was too long. Everyone had a good time. I don't know that particularly the best racer won any given time, but we all had fun trying to knock each other off the track. So, again, I think we need some sort of name for this genre. Mario Kart style game doesn't cut it, but people know what I mean. I'll tell people, they're like, what's this game like? I'm like, well, it's basically Mario Kart to board game. It is. That works for me, and I bet it's going to work for a lot of you. Definitely check this one out. I'm Tom Vasel. You've been watching the Dice Tower. Dice Tower Judgment, excellent.